Good evening, everybody. Welcome back aboard US Airways Express Flight 4378, nonstop service to Ithaca, New York, here from LaGuardia in New York City. I'm going to be taking 29 passengers tonight on this 55-minute flight up to Ithaca at flight level. We're going to be using 200, flight level 200 this evening. Should be a pretty quick and smooth flight for those who missed it. This is a part 2. I'll go ahead and leave a link to part 1 somewhere on your screen right now. You can click around if you're interested. If not, we are doing US Airways Mesaba operations back in 2011. This was a flight operated by Mesaba for US Airways Express back in 2011. Yes, I know the tail number on this plane is a Colgan plane. I really don't care. Okay, I don't want to hear it from you guys. Just went ahead and got our briefing completed. Just to pull this through real quick, it's a 55-minute flight, block field 2400. Where routing will be, says runway 22. I'm going to use 31 today out of LaGuardia. Hayes, direct Huguenot, Victor 252 to Binghamton, then direct Ithaca, runway 32, planning for the ILS into Ithaca. 29 on board. I already loaded all the passengers. They're boarding now. Fuel's already on board. And there you go. There's our routing. There's that beautiful headwind that we're going to have to deal with. And that's it. That's the total departure briefing complete. So I'm going to hop in real quick, have the first officer do the walk around, and just get the airplane set up, punch a flight plan in, and we should be out of here in the next few minutes. Now, the nice thing about running through a cockpit preparations checklist is that we've already got everything set up from the last flight, so all I gotta do is just, and I should probably go reset my checklist. That would help. External lights verified are off. I'm gonna leave that nav on. Gear handle verified down. Flap handle verified up. Radar, it says set standby. I'm actually, we'll keep it on, you know what, it should have been on ALT earlier, and I don't think I ever said that. That's okay, who cares. Batteries on and checked, just make sure that they're actually given the expected voltage output, which they are. And I'll leave this on external power, which is already set. Avionics set. Emergency lights, documents, side panel, overhead. Just look up here, make sure I'm not forgetting anything major, which it looks like I'm not. In fact, technically this should come off for the time being. Oh well, not the best shutdown on my behalf. That's okay. Go ahead and turn tests. We'll say pedestal checked. The tests have been completed. And I'm going to have my first officer do the walk around. I don't feel like doing all that right now. I know, I'm such a good pilot, guys. Anyways, in case anything happens on the runway, we're going to go ahead and close the throttle and apply hard braking, bring it to a stop as soon as possible. If anything happens after we take off, we'll go ahead and pitch for 150, and we'll plan on making a visual back for runway 22 at LaGuardia, 31 at LaGuardia. Remember, we'll be an emergency at that point, so we can ignore any, we'll go ahead and disregard any of the restrictions there since we would be an emergency at that point. Otherwise, 314 runway heading until 1700, westbound turn, then proceed direct, Hayes. Any questions? Nope, awesome. I'm going to go ahead and tell ground crew that we are good to go. I believe the passengers should all be on board by now, and let's go ahead and get things going here. Okay, I totally didn't just realize that I've been muted that whole time, but that's okay. Startup on this thing's pretty simple. Now that we got that guy out of our way, we can go ahead and bring this lever to start, and we can go ahead and flip you to the right ignition. Just got to monitor and make sure this actually fires up. And it looks like it will. I'm also going to go ahead and once power comes back, turn the dome light off, just so that way we get actual, realistic lighting in here. There we go. That's coming to life. Torque should stabilize itself in a minute. Dome light's gonna come off. There we go. How do we feel about this? So these lights are good. Center lights, digit lights. Just make sure that's as bright as it can be. Perfect. That seems to be stabilized. I'm gonna press OK on that, and we still got LaGuardia to haze in and ready to go. You can just go ahead and reset that generator. It's gonna be another minute anyways. Go ahead and bring these guys up to the max. Yeah, I know, overheat warning. It's okay. Ice protection is already set. Overhead panel, just double check it, make sure there's no alerts. So standby heat should come on. EFIS, double check, just a park and brake on that, and clear signal's been received. All right, we'll go ahead and taxi on out of here. Beautiful. Altimeter set, brakes set. I'm going to use flaps of 15 and do a flight control check. And then to taxi runway 31, pretty straightforward. It looks like just go ahead and take Alpha to Bravo. Bravo all the way to the end of runway 31. Great. Make sure CTOT is set 90, ready to go. No, they were already on. I think I was supposed to turn that on before. Briefing's already complete. All right, go ahead and turn that taxi light on and release that park and brake. Check my brakes, they look good. I'll let this go forward a little bit and then start a very gentle turn away. All right, I'm going ahead and leaving the this panel floodlight on just so that I can see the throttles and whether I'm in ground idle or not. Just for now, as soon as I remember I once got a floodlight just on this. I just don't remember anymore how I did that. The things you do once, they work and then you forget about them. That's great. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep nursing the throttle up and down and up and down. Once we take off, I'll go turn this this light here off. That way we don't, we can actually see outside. That would be nice. 314, I believe, runway heading until we hit that 1700 point, then make a west turn to the west 270. Once we're established on that, I'm just going to go ahead and fly direct to Hayes then. Up to 2,000 feet, no altitude restrictions. There's Victor. Let me see, departure, takeoff minimums. I just want to verify that what I said is correct. Should be departure 314, 1700, then westbound. Okay, perfect. And of course, we'll go ahead and fly 150 on the airspeed if we have an engine failure after rotation, and make our way back to runway 31. Will be just visual. So there's Whiskey. Go ahead and take this back out. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and start this checklist. So before takeoff checklist, external lights. I'm going to go ahead and throw those all on now. Yeah, I think I had at least one of those landing lights on earlier. Wings and strobes. Tell the passenger flight attendants to be seated. Air conditioning's already set. The transponder should already be set to squawk and altitude. And the flight controls free and correct on my end. All alerts are extinguished, and we will go ahead and press the takeoff inhibit button. Start this turn around. Just nice and gently like this. Takeoff checklist complete. Final is clear. The runway itself is clear. Awesome. That was pretty cool, actually. You can see our strobe lights if you go all the way out like that. Look at that. That is so cool. All right, give it a little bit more power. And then I'm going to turn the dome light on just so I can see to turn this off. And then dome light off. Now we're going dark. Alright, you guys remember the deal here, right? We're just going to get ourselves lined up, gently increase it. I guess we're going to have to let it overheat itself for a second. And just let it stabilize at 90. Come on, up you go. There's center line right there. Alright, climb mode on standby, please. Heading mode ready. Let's go ahead and start to increase those throttles. Nice and gently, nice and gently. There we go. There's everything coming to life there, and the engine stabilizes itself at 90. Perfect. Instruments in the green, airspeed's alive. There's 80 knots. 100, 110. We'll start to give it gentle back pressure. Gentle back pressure, 120, and off she goes. There we go. Positive rate climb gear up, please. And I'm going to fly runway heading 314 up to that 1400 point. Just adjust my trim here so I can actually see what the hell I'm doing. And I'm going to go ahead and engage that autopilot. Hold this down for a second, and now you can see the plane's doing exactly what I want it to. Perfect. And that taxi light off. We'll start to work those flaps out nice and gently. So that's flaps to 7. Let this thing start to climb out. 1,000 for 17. And flaps all the way out of this time. Yeah, now she wants to climb all of a sudden. There's flaps all the way out. 1700. We'll start this turn westbound now. There's New York City below us. I love these cities at night. There's 3,000 now. At this point, we're established on this westbound heading. We're clearing the LaGuardia area. I'm going to punch in direct to Hayes. Flight plan, direct. I'll make sure this is set to GPS. Enter. And nav mode on. Plane is making that right-hand turn out to Hayes. Perfect. Alright, as things are stabilizing now, we'll go ahead and do that after takeoff checklist. The climb checklist, gear and flaps verified are up, and the flaps set 0. Auto portion can go ahead and come off. The external lights are already set. Just make sure, did I already turn that taxi light off? Yes, I did. Cabin signs should all be set. Air conditioning just verified up here. That's actually doing its job, which it looks like it is. Takeoff inhibit verified is out. The cabin pressure verified should be starting to climb now. Still at 0 for now, which is okay. Prop sync needs to go ahead and come off. Or sorry, come on. Sorry. CTOT down here can go ahead. Oh, now this lights up for me. Earlier, this center panel wasn't lighting up for me. What did I press to do that? I don't know. Not that it really matters. What was it? Prop sync? No, I don't think it was prop sync. Let's turn CTOT off and bring those throttles back where they need to be. And the altimeter should be set upon passing 18,000. That is the climb checklist complete. We are on our way out of New York City. And welcome back. We are just about 32 out from Binghamton. My math says when we're about 28 out from Binghamton is when I should start my descent down to 3,000. Initially, I'll just put it down to 34 since that's the limit for up until we hit Acne. So yeah, I guess I'll pre-select that. Why not? It's going to keep flying to 20,000 anyways for the next few minutes. So put that down to 3, and then we'll go through a quick checklist here. I'll check the weather here in Ithaca. I don't think it's changed at all. Marginal VFR overcast 2000, 310 at 7. Actually not that windy anymore. 29 or 9 or 5 on the altimeter. This is now high pressure. This is what I'm talking about today. The altimeters have just been all over the place. Anyways, we're actually getting pretty good ground speed, 230. I was a little bit surprised by that. Anyways, I think it's actually better than what we got last flight. Interesting. Okay, well, that's direct LATI, and if I click flight plan, yeah, that's 28 out from Binghamton, so I'm going to go ahead and start that descent to 34, if I can. Yeah, there you go, 34. IAS mode, start to ease those throttles back, run through a descent checklist. Briefing, we're going down to 34 up until Acne, and then we can go a little bit lower than that, down to 3 after Acne. Most likely going to try to pick up the glide at, let's see, we'll pick up the glide, actually hopefully by Acne, no later than Verna. Okay, great. Ice protection, you know, because it's going to be overcast conditions, let's actually go ahead and turn just a little bit of anti-ice off. So the windscreen, I think we could tell pretty easily if that's going to ice up. But I'll go ahead and turn the engine and props on if it'll let me. There you go. And I believe that's all we need for this thing. So that anti-ice is going to come on. This is just setting the landing altitude, so right around there. That should be good. What did I just do? Wait. I pressed a button and I watched hydraulic pressure go down. What just happened? I accidentally... Gear's still up. Flaps are good. Okay, we'll see what I did later. Cabin pressure's good. Flight instruments all look good. Ooh, 29906. Don't forget to set that now that we're passing transition. Bugs and CTOT. Again, I'm going to hold off on that CTOT until a little later. Great. Next will be the approach checklist. We'll do around Acne. Great. That'll take me to Binghamton, which is my initial approach fix, then Acne, and then everything else after that. Hey, there's Tri-Cities! I had a student take a check ride there a little while ago. It's actually a pretty cool airport. It's right next to Binghamton, so you can just be diverted over to Binghamton for your check ride, and it's an easy 3 takeoff and landings, or whatever he had to do. I think something like that. Short field, soft field, and simulate engine out. Yeah, something like that. It's in a valley, a very nice community. I got to talk to the guys there while the student was up. It's a nice area. Anyways, there's LATI right now. I'm going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, activate approach, and that takes me direct Binghamton. I know it's Binghamton, I just say that to piss people off because it's funny. So this is very interesting. Acne, and then it says India Tango is the next waypoint. Is that India Tango? That is... No, it's saying that's actually... Hold on a second. So is India Tango... Here's my question here, and I see we're passing 10,000 seatbelt landing lights on. My question is, India Tango, is that where Verna should be? It says Verna should be about 10 miles after Acne. That's showing 10 and 10. Okay, so India Tango is Verna. I don't know why it's called that, why they don't just call it Verna, but okay, whatever. Let's go ahead now and run through this approach checklist. Well, actually, let's start with the rim TIM. Radios are, weather we already grabbed, the radios are set 108.7. Oh no, that's definitely not what I wanted at all. Okay. 108.7, I had it set, and then... Well, plane did plane things, didn't it? Oh, I think that's it. 108 point... Okay, found the big one. Where's the smaller one? Oh, fuck it. I'm just going to turn the dome light on for a second. Where's the dome light? There you go. 10... Oh, it was right there. 8.7. Great. Flip it. 108.7, dome light back off. Identification, I actually don't know how to do that yet on this airplane. I'm guessing it's down here, right? You should be able to tune to nav1, wherever the comm panel is. I don't know. I don't care. It's a simulator, so I know it always works. The M is for minimum, so 34 before Acne. After Acne, we can get down to 3. On a 325 course, we'll go ahead and set that up real quick. Then after 3,000, we should be at India Tango, which is Verna. The 12, we should intercept the glide no later by that point. Then it'll be minimums of 1349 or 2140 if we don't get the glide. That'll be our localizer minimums. Timing is NA. We're just going to, upon passing the localizer, execute a go around. Actually, it says 0.8 DME will be our missed approach point. Altimeter set, everything else looks good. This is set to intercept the course, and the missed approach will be up to 2600, climbing left turn to 4000 on a heading of 180. Oh boy, we're actually a little bit high. I need to IIS mode it now and bring that first notch of flaps since we're below 175. Approach checklist. Altimeter set, external lights on, cabin lights on, and I did set that wing light on, right? I think so, if I look outside. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And the HP valves are up here. They should already be set if I didn't set them before. Okay, I think I didn't set them before. Oh, that looks like it's on auto, right? It's so hard to see over here. That's fine. Alright, next will be a 4-lane checklist. Hey, there's the glide. If I hit approach mode, is that going to fly it? I think it will. Look at that. Alright, now I just got to manage those powers. Again, I noticed 85 is usually what I want for this, since we've captured the glide. I know we're a little bit far out. How about this? Over India Tango, I'll bring the gear down. Just because we're a little bit farther out than I'd usually be. But I will bring flaps to 15 at this point, just to help me out a little bit here. You may have just noticed things got a little bit louder. I tend to forget that I turn my volume down for cruise, and then we get to approach, and I'm like, wait a second, you can't hear anything. That's no fun for you guys. Alright, now that you can actually hear what's going on, we'll keep this at 150 for now. 120 is what I like to use for final approach speed. And there we go, we're like a minute out from that. We can bring the altitude down to 30, just 3,000 please. Missed approach will be 4. In fact, actually you can set this to 4 now, since we've already captured the glide. I know it says 2,500, that's because of the hill on the final here for 3-2. Whoa, look at that. It just popped out of the clouds there, or at least out of one layer of clouds here. Oh, and we're back in, and now I'm getting a seizure. That's great. Yeah, I think this is just a graphical glitch with this game at night. It's okay. Could be a lot worse. About to pass that final approach fix, and 30 seconds out. Let's bring the gear down. Help slow things down a little bit. I'm going to keep my engine percent at 85, and bring, there we go, that's gear down 3 green beam flaps to 20. Continue following this glide. We're going to do a before landing checklist. And that looks like the runway in sight now. Auto course needs to go ahead and come on. Landing signal given, gear down 3 green. Hydraulics are good. Prop sync needs to come off. Conditioning levers verified are set max, and the flaps are going to be set right around now. The yaw damper will come off once I am finished with this, and de-icing boots. It does say should be on. Oh yeah, I guess, or off, I mean. Okay, so my autopilot disconnect is going to be right there. Okay, great. And there's 900 to go. I want myself to be going a little bit faster than that, please. Yeah, remember, we're slightly decreased performance because of the anti-ice that's all running. We should be able to turn it off now, though, so that might help. If I turn engine anti-ice and prop anti-ice off, yeah, that might help with our performance a bit. Here's 1849 for 1349, so that should be about 500 to go. Yeah, you see we're already picking up a little bit of speed. Perfect. 400. 300. 200. 100, I'm going to disengage that autopilot, and I'm going to take it in by hand. Just fly that flight director, that's all you got to do. And that looks like the runway. I'm going to start to gently ease out this power, gently, gently. Nice and easy, nice and easy. And then start this flare right around now. Come on, nice and easy. And okay. I'm still a little bit off center line here. Need to work on that. Oh, I guess I was already in. Wasn't even in reverse there. That's okay. We don't need reverse. And keep this at here. And there you go. We can let this keep rolling. I'm going to just bunch it up just a little bit more, just so we can get off this runway without, you know, doing anything too stupid with the airplane. Got that taxi light on for max visibility. And I guess we'll exit down there on, I think that's Charlie. So, yeah, that's great. Keep the plane coming, keep it coming. And maybe just give it a little boost up here. Start to retract those flaps. And let's see now. After landing items, gust lock's good, ice protection's good. The auto caution should come off. HP valves need to be closed. External lights, I guess I'll turn these landing lights off for now. Strobes off. Wing light, I don't even know if I ever turned that on, but we'll flip it anyways. And flaps are up, and transponder's good. Differential pressure I need to check as well. It looks good, great. Alright, after landing checklist is completed. Now all we gotta do is taxi up there and park the thing for the night. Awesome. So just going to go ahead and start to swing it around. I guess we can turn that taxi light off without killing whoever the fuel truck guy is. Go ahead and turn that taxi light off. Verify, yep, I'm in ground idle. And I guess we can go ahead and, once we're lined up here, kill that number 2 engine all the way out. And that'll help slow me down pretty well. Just hold the brakes, hold the brakes, hold the brakes, and actually, you know what? Just stop it right around here. Perfect. Alright, parking brake will be set. And as soon as that's done, we're going to run through a shutdown checklist while that happens. Let's see, shutdown items, the parking check. Yeah, I know, an engine went out. Parking check, engine anti-ice is off, external lights are set. Avionics, generators, we'll go ahead and make sure that's set here in a second. So, right gen off. As soon as that's below, what, 20% RPM, which it looks like it's going off now. And then if I walk over here, you can actually see, yeah, I'm just going to let it slow down a little bit more before I tell them to kill themselves by putting their hand through that. Especially at night, we don't want to mess with that. Right around now, we can go ahead and say GPU available. Oh, parking brake. I thought I put the parking brake on. Did I not? Now is it on? There you go. Alright. Now that's going to be like 30 seconds to connect. I'm going to... Please shut up, dude. Alright. Go ahead and say external power on. Verify down here. That is working as it should. I think so. I don't know. Here's how we can tell. If you go ahead and kill the left gen now, yep, the airplane's running, so that's how you know that the power's working. So now I can kill that engine as well. The air conditioning's good. The emergency lights need to come off as well. Over here. And the oxygen battery's in. We'll flip that dome light on too. There you go. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ithaca. I guess we should probably turn that seatbelt sign off too before our passengers get upset. As if they weren't already standing up, which you absolutely know they were. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shut the plane down in a minute. Let's just hop outside and smell the fresh air out here. A little bit fresher than New York City's probably. Well, go hop out, say goodbye to our little airplane. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this flight this evening. It was a fun little trip, really nothing too... I forgot to turn the fucking beacon off, hold on. Anyways, yes, one more time, thank you all very much for joining me on this trip. It's been a long day, guys, so I'm a little bit tired now, but again, really appreciate it. If you do enjoy, if you enjoyed both videos, honestly, consider subscribing at this point. Definitely going to do a few more trips with this Saab. I really love this plane, honestly. So I hope you guys did too. let me know what you think in the comments. If anybody has any suggestions on better ways to operate this thing other than just, guessing the V-speeds and stuff like that, please go ahead and let me know. Hope you guys all have a great rest of your day. Have a good one, everybody.